Hi guys, so today we will see how to edit a photograph in Lightroom 5. Actually I'm using Lightroom 5 and Photoshop. Today we will just see Lightroom 5. I will show you two photographs. Okay, this is a edited photograph. Okay, and I will show you the original one. This is the original one. So you can see there are a lot of difference. I have just cropped it a little bit, then I have adjusted the colors, some details, some saturation, even exposure, everything I have adjusted. And you can see there are light trails over here, these light trails. This also using the Photoshop I just removed that, and there are strings over here. This also I removed. That we can do in Photoshop. Right now I will show you Lightroom editing. This is the basic editing which I did with Lightroom. We just see how we are doing it. I'm going to import this photograph, this original photograph to Lightroom. I'm opening the Lightroom software. This is Lightroom 5 version. You can import your photograph in many ways. There is file option, new catalog. You can open using this one. I'm just copying and dragging my. I'm dragging and putting my file over here. This original photo I'm just dragging to Lightroom. It came. I'm just importing it. Now the file is open here. You can double click it, or you can go to develop option. I'm clicking this and going to develop. So this is the original file. If you're new with the Lightroom, let me give you some introduction to the GUI, that is graphical user interface. On the left hand side you can see the preview of the photograph, and below that there are presets. I will come to it. And on the right hand side this is the histogram, where you can see the actual metadata of this photograph. If you check here, you can see this photo was shot on ISO 100. It's 14mm lens. Actually I shot this photograph from Cairn Tower, Dubai Marina. It was part of photography workshop. And you can see this 14mm lens. I used Sigma lens. My camera was Canon 5D Mark III. It was kept on tripod, and I have used Sigma 1224 lens, and I kept the focal length as 14mm. Then the aperture was 8. I kept long exposure, that is 20-second exposure. This got 20-second exposure. I'll just show you. Over here you can see the preview of where we are zooming in. Here if you see this logo is a little bit bright. I can reduce the brightness, and there are a lot of light rails going over here. That also I want to remove. There were some strings over there. See this one. This also I have to remove that. Then actually I want to crop the photograph also a little bit. So let's start the editing. In the left hand side you can see the presets. There are a lot of presets. If you just click over here, if you just move your mouse, you can see the preview over here, how it is getting affected. Actually I have many presets I have downloaded. You can download it from internet. There are many presets available. If you want to just apply the preset, you can just move over here and click it, then it will come like that. So see, there are a lot of presets available, and you can see the preview how it is coming. Okay, so first thing I have to do, I'm just correcting my exposure, because I think it's a little bit overexposed. So on the right hand side you can see the palette. Over here you can see many options are there. First one is temperature, then tint is there. Exposure, I'm just selecting the exposure. I'll just show it's going, if you give positive it will go upwards. I don't want this much, I'm just reducing it a little bit. Okay, this temperature you can change the tint. I mean if you go to positive it will come to more yellow. If you want a blue side you can go this side. It's basically Kelvin. The Kelvin, you can change the Kelvin. And first of all, this is JPEG. This is a JPEG format. This is the most commonly used format in photography. I used to shoot in RAW. Actually, RAW is you will get more control over all the contrast and everything in RAW file. RAW editing is a different topic. For this I am just using the JPEG format. Okay, exposure is a little bit corrected. Then I am going to temperature. That is Kelvin. I am just moving to, okay, this is okay. Then contrast, if you want to change the contrast, you can do that. I'm doing a little bit. Then highlights. You can always zoom into some part. If you want to check this area, you can just zoom in and you can do the change over here. Then shadows, if you want, it's a little bit, I'm just reducing that. Then all the white areas like this, then blacks. This just trial and error. You can just apply some of this. You can just move the buttons and you will see how it looks. And first of all, I just want to crop this picture. This is the crop overlay. You can just click here. I don't want the wide view. This, and top also I'm cropping a little bit. And double click it. Exposure a little bit. Okay, white balance is okay. Now next I'm moving to clarity. Clarity means the sharpness will get increased automatically if you zoom here, and if you move the clarity to maximum, you can see it's minimum. If you go minus, it will get more smooth. If you go to positive side, it is more sharp. So you can decide which one you want. Then vibrance. See the full vibrant and the black and white. So I'm just keeping a little bit vibrance here. Then saturation, if you want more color, you can do that. So these are the basic controls. You can change as per your wish. And coming down, there is tone curve. You can click on the curve and you can just adjust if you want to change the tones. Then hue saturation is there. If you want to do particular editing to one particular color like yellow, if you want to increase the yellow, you can just move that. You can see the yellow is getting increased. Only the yellow colors will get increased over here. If you want to do something with blue, you can do that. Only that particular color will get changed. Red is there, orange. Then split toning is there. I don't want anything to do with the split toning. Next is sharpening. If you want to do more sharp, you can see here I am increasing the sharpening. So it is getting more sharp. But the problem is if you increase the sharpness, the noise, you will see more noise in your picture like this. So better to reduce the sharp. and there is noise reduction, but then also that picture will it will not look nice. Then lens correction is there. You can if you want to change the view and all, you can change over here like this. See, it's nice, right? If you don't want to do anything, you can just keep the value 0. Vertical and horizontal, you can do that. See, if you want to rotate, you can rotate it. Then coming down, you have vignetting. If you want to do the vignetting, you can do that. Here I don't want to do any vignetting. I'm just keeping like same. And another thing, I just want to add some filter, graduated filter, like the top portion. If you want to change some color, you want to give some shades over there, then you can use this option. This is the graduated filter option. I'm just selecting it. You can drag from top to bottom, so like this it will come. Then another control will come. You can change the exposure if you want, like this. If you want to change the Kelvin, you can change the Kelvin here. It look more, see, I am giving a little bit blue shade. Okay, I am giving this yellow shade. Then exposure, contrast, highlights, everything you can control here. Okay, I'm just giving, I don't want. Okay, clicking back. Now I just want to do some color change in a particular portion, like here I want some other color, or just change the color. This is the brush tool, adjustment brush. You can select the brush. You can come over here. You can select the area, which area you want to change, like this. Only for example, I am just showing in this, like this. Okay, that area will get selected. See, now over here, if you change color, I am just giving the temperature. I am different color. See that the color is changing. If you want to give more exposure, you can expose that, say. So that particular area, where all you selected, there that change will happen, like this. This is a cool option in Lightroom. Wherever you want to change, you can change, like this here. I'm just undoing it. You can press Ctrl plus Z for undoing. So these are some of the basic controls I'm using. And of course, if you want to do presets, you can check the presets over here. Now once you finish your editing, you can go to export. There is file, export option. This export window will come. So wherever you want to keep your file, you can give the folder name, and here you can adjust the settings, the quality, what quality you want. If you keep 100, the maximum file size will come. So this you can drag like this, and limit, you can give the limit. If you want to give to a particular size, you can give that. Also image resizing is there. If you go select here, you can give the width and height, what width and what height you want. Then according to that, the file will get exported. And here is metadata. That means if you want to give the metadata details, you can give that. Otherwise, you can select copyright only or whatever it is. Then watermarking is there. If you want to add watermark to your photo, you can select this one, and you can select the watermarks. There are a lot of, you can select with the file, and you can give that, then watermark will come. I'm just checking the desktop. Just creating a new folder for this one. I'm giving quality of 100. Resolution also here you can select. I'm giving 300. I don't want any watermark or anything. I'm just exporting it. You can see here it's getting exported. Now it is completed. We'll just check the file. There is a new folder. This is our file. Now I want to do some final touch on this. Like here you can see there are some trails and there are some strings like that. I want to remove all that. Here also you can see one unwanted string. This I just want to remove this. So I will go to Photoshop and I will do that editing. That part I will cover in the next class, on the next video. So hope you all understood this one. Thank you.